The Tina Schoen Group, located at Sotheby's International Realty on the beautiful Sonoma Plaza. Tina and her team of professionals can bring local knowledge and international connections to the business of finding the right property for you and exposing your property to the right buyers. For more information regarding wine country real estate, you can call Tina at 707-933-1515 or visit her website at tinaschoen.com. Krista Granton Insurance Services, located at 255 West Napa Street, Suite F. They offer insurance for home, auto, life, commercial businesses, farm, and vineyard properties. For more information, you can call 707-938-4998, or you can visit their website at grantoninsurance.com. Zeller's Insurance, located at 18911 Sonoma Highway. They have the resources to help guide you through the maze known as Medicare, health, cancer, critical illness, and supplemental insurance. For more information, you can call 707-996-5282. And Sonoma Hills Retirement Community, located at 405 West MacArthur Street. They are committed to offering you a gracious lifestyle, security, and peace of mind in a very caring and loving environment. For more information, you can call 707-939-7856, or you can visit their website at sonomaretirement.com.
As part of the Sonoma International Film Festival, UFO Gym presents the 8th Annual UFO Symposium, which will be open to all at no charge this Saturday, March 24, being held at the Sonoma Community Center. In a continuing effort to get to the truth, this year's UFO Symposium focuses on nukes, UFOs, and the United States Air Force, with the secret link revealed between UFOs and nukes. Starting at 9:30, join UFO Gym for the 8th Annual UFO Symposium at the Sonoma Community Center, all part of the 21st Annual Sonoma Film Festival. For more, go to ufogymsonoma.com.
The following show is brought to you in part by Myers Financial, located at 670 West Napa Street in Sonoma. Myers Financial is a boutique wealth management firm. So whether you need personal or business financial management, wealth management, tax planning, or income tax preparation, Myers Financial is here to help. For more information, you can call Lillian at 800-734-1124 or visit their website at myersfinancial.com. The Theater School, located at 19485 Highway 12, Suite E. The Theater School is an educational theater company committed to guiding young people towards self-expression, emotional understanding, and shared discovery. They offer theater classes for grades kindergarten through 12 in all areas of performance. For more information, you can call 917-821-6414, or you can visit their website at thetheaterschool.com.
Good morning, Sonoma, and welcome to Piano Spectrum. I'm your host, Jeff Peterson, and today I'm playing. Yes, I haven't played in such a long time, and I thought I'd play on the air because I've been on the air for now about a year now, so I thought I'd celebrate the anniversary with a little bit of me playing because I think I've played maybe once or twice on the air before, and I just kind of need to kick myself in the butt to wake up early to get all this stuff set up. And well, I think I've hopefully got it all set up. So I need to transition over to the next part of the studio. So if you don't mind, give me just a sec. Okay. All right. And hopefully that this all works out as I am expecting. But I haven't played, and I'm really big into improvisation and improvising on the piano. And this might give a little bit of an audio effect, but we do have a small studio here at KSVY, so I've had to find a way to schlep a keyboard inside of here. Oof, there it goes. All right, so without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. And hopefully this all works out, and I've got a live stream going as well. with that, we'll need to go on a quick break, and we'll resume with the program after this.
You've been listening to Piano Spectrum with Jeff Peterson, sponsored by Myers Financial, located at 670 West Napa Street in Sonoma. The Theater School, located at 19485 Highway 12, Suite E. For more information, you can call 917-821-6414, or you can visit their website at thetheaterschool.com.
The Sonoma Weather Report is brought to you by the Vintners at Vine Alley. The Vintners of Sonoma Vine Alley offer a variety of wines and experiences to allow you to relax, enjoy life, and not have to leave downtown Sonoma. Located on East Napa Street between Broadway and 1st Street East, the wineries include Passaggio, Fulcrum, McLaren, Westwood, Sonoma Loeb, Cahoon Caradia, Inkadu, and Black Knight, all in one little alley. Dear Wednesday, March 21st, 2018, this is KSVY, your voice of the valley. How you doing? Our weather outlook, wet. Mainly this afternoon, rain will be happening. Cloudy skies, 66 the high though. Chance of precipitation is 70%. Tonight, rain again, low around 50 degrees. A 17 to 20 mile per hour south wind with gusts as high as 25 miles per hour this evening. And an 80% chance of precipitation tonight. Thursday, once again, rain is likely, mostly cloudy, and the high near 60.
And now back to Jeff Peterson.
All right, so it was a little improvisation of mine, a little warm-up, so to speak. I'm playing here in the studio. I haven't played in a while, and my brain's not completely turned on, especially on this nice and wet Wednesday we've got here. But some other kind of improvisational ideas are... So when we talk about the great masters, about how they improvised, a lot of times they'd improvise off of a theme and variation. So, of course, we have Mozart, we have Haydn, we have Beethoven. Rachmaninoff. I mean, they all had variations. And it's interesting how each composer approaches variations differently in their own style, in their own fingerprint. And I'd like to do that as well. I feel like that's another thing I should do as if I'm a musician, I should be able to have my own ideas of theme and variations. So let me move over to the keyboard again. Or actually, now I'm thinking about it, I want to be able to turn off the microphone. So I'm going to do a improvised theme and variations off of something very, very simple. So you can really hear something that everybody's familiar with. Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. It's a very easy theme. I think we all know it. And Mozart was actually famous for writing a theme and variations off of this, but this is not going to be that. This is going to be something completely different and in my own style. So I'll need a second to move over to the keyboard, and we'll resume with that.
You've been listening to Piano Spectrum with Jeff Peterson, sponsored by Myers Financial, located at 670 West Napa Street in Sonoma. The Theater School, located at 19485 Highway 12, Suite E. For more information, you can call 917-821-6414, or you can visit their website at thetheaterschool.com. Programming for KSVY is brought to you in part by the Tina Schoen Group, located at Sotheby's International Realty, Krista Grant Insurance Services, Body Best Collision Center, Zeller's Insurance, and Sonoma Hills Retirement Community. This health moment is brought to you in part by Sonoma Valley Hospital.
It's not uncommon to develop aches and pains as we age. When the pain isn't acute, we often choose to live with it, which is not always the best idea. Most will go away naturally after a period of time, but some pains can become chronic if untreated. If you are experiencing persistent aches or pains, it's a good idea to have them checked by your physician.
And now back to Jeff Peterson.
That was a theme and variations, sort of, kind of, very loose theme and variations by me on the theme of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, probably the simplest of all theme and variations. And as you could tell, I kind of went a little wild with that, but you know what? That's okay, because this is an art, and we're allowed to have freedoms. I mean, I tried to cover every single key in that improvisation, that theme and variations. I started off in C, modulated all the way to the relative minor, which is A minor, and then kind of just started going through all the keys one by one. And the fun thing about theme and variations is it gives you a format to work in. It gives you like a little mold, and it gives you some place to start, so to speak. And when you have some place to start, you know where you can at least go. And I brought it all the way back to home, and I shifted it into minor, the minor key. Twinkle Twinkle. Is very rich and lush. The harmonies are very nice in the minor key. And I also, one of my personal things is I love using minor 5. The minor 5 chord is so beautiful and so excellent. And so interesting thing when we talk about harmony, functional harmony in music, we often talk about tension and release. So if we're in C major, for example, we feel that the center point, the home, this is home, C major, right? It's called tonicizing. Doing what I just did is called tonicizing the key of C major. You can probably home, so you wouldn't think of. So there, I just tonicized F sharp major. But the thing is, for tension and release, C major. On C major, on the tonic key, there's no tension. It's we're at rest is what it's called. The chord with the most tension is what we call the 5 chord, the dominant. Because this really wants to resolve to, and to make it even more, to make the tension even greater, we can throw in a 7th. And if I just leave it at that, you're going to hate me, because it really wants to resolve to here. And if I, for example, in a minor key, C minor, for example, the dominant is still the exact same chord. In this case, it's G, the dominant. You can, and again, you have that this leading tone really wants to resolve to this E flat right here. Bob just taking a picture of me. That's our studio manager. And this is very classical. It's very old. But one thing I really like to do, and this came in the very late 19th century when with Debussy, he started to shift tonality to a completely new direction. Listen to this. Ooh, yeah. So I'm simply just dropping the leading tone down a half step to create not a G major chord, but a G minor chord. So we have a minor dominant. The dominant in any major or minor key is a major chord. So that's regular, but the ways that you can tonicize, your home key. And these are what we define as weaker cadences. Weaker cadences. So not to run through all the cadences that are out there, but for example, a very old cadence is the plagal cadence or the amen cadence. You hear this so much in Bach. You hear this not too much when you get to Mozart and Beethoven. It starts to creep back a little bit in Beethoven, but afterwards, late Romantic era, it comes back. It becomes much more prominent because we're so sick of. So, I don't know. I think a plagal cadence is just such a powerful cadence and very gratifying to sing, by the way, and to play. Just having that held dominant, or sorry, held tonic, scale degree 1. This is an augmented 6, what I just played there. And in Beethoven's day, for example, wow, this is actually a really good example. There's a plagal cadence right there. Here's a suspended 4/6, 6/4. I'm sorry, suspended 4. See if I get this right. Suspended 4/3, followed by a first inversion. Get another plagal cadence right here, and then listen to this. So this is an augmented. This is actually an altered chord. This doesn't belong in the key of D flat major, which is what he's in. This is, by the way, the second movement of the Appassionata, an F sharp or an F minor. So what he's doing, so this augmented 6, this is in a way This is a passing tone, passing chord to get to this 1/6/4, this cadential 6/4 on the 5/7, and that's all he's doing. He's resolving it. Very wonderful harmonies. The late Romantics would have done something like this. Would have played, well, to my liking, it would be something like, if I can play the chords right. We've just gone. Those two inner voices are just a half step away from resolving upward, and they resolve upward in parallel thirds, which is totally okay. They don't resolve in parallel fifths or anything weird like that, which is good. They don't resolve like, which is a big no-no in music. Unless you're writing, of course. So unless we're playing heavy metal music, we're trying to avoid parallel fifths as much as we can in music. Personally, I just love the juicy quality of a good power chord, but that's just me. And as long as you're aware of that as a composer, then you can, I think, get away with it. And you heard in my variations. Interesting note for composers and pianists. What I've noticed is there's a certain register of the piano where you can really gain a lot of volume and power by playing. By adding the fifth onto octaves. So a lot of music has a lot of open octaves in the left hand. But if you add the fifth, you gain a lot more volume just by adding that fifth. So if I'm playing a C open octave, throwing in that G, you got a lot more. Well, it's a power chord. This is what you listen to any rock metal band. I mean, guitar. You got these power chords. They're very easy to play, and they sound damn good. They just really have that punchiness to them, accentuating the second partial in the overtone series is. I'm sorry, the third. Was it third? I don't remember. But here's the thing: if you can sing the fifth. It's really hard to sing. Try to singing in that middle voice in parallel motion. This is why we avoid parallel fifths, because it's impossible to sing. It doesn't really create very good voice leading in music. But of course, if you know what you're doing, then of course you can do it. So, but other cadences. This is more of a modal cadence, personally, because if we're in C major, C major has no sharps or flats. So what I'm doing is I'm just dropping the triad down a whole step. So normally we would have the seventh chords degree in C major. If I just walk up triads, we have this half diminished B, this B half diminished chord, which you can resolve right there. It's half diminished because you can actually you can make it a fully diminished chord by adding a G sharp onto an A flat. Got to be correct with this. An A flat onto the very top, and you have a full diminished seventh chord. And a fully diminished seventh chord actually acts as a dominant, has dominant functions, what we call in tonal music, in functional harmony. So again, right, we have tension, a lot of tension here because it wants to resolve there. You might think that that's tension. In certain contexts, yes, stuff like this, these cluster chords is what we call it, is considered tension, but if we're talking traditional, tonal music, functional harmony, this chord has a lot of tension because it wants to resolve. And here's the beautiful thing about diminished seventh chords. I can resolve it in 4 different ways at least. I can go here. I can go there. Let's see, where else can it go? I can go there. Let's see, where else can it go? I know I have to drop. So I mean, it can go a lot of places. And if you want to really modulate to remote keys that are, for example, if I want to get from C major, which has no sharps and flats, and get to a remote key like F sharp major, which has 6 sharps, that's very hard to do. You can do, there's several things you can do. You can sequence, but if you just really just want to get there, here's one idea. So, and this is what goes through a composer's mind when you're thinking about music. Let's say if my goal is start in C major and go to and end up on F sharp major, there's an infinite amount of ways you can do it. So I know that the dominant of F sharp major is C sharp major, this chord, right? So knowing music theory, I know that this C sharp minor is a flat 2 in the minor mode of C minor. So we call this a Neapolitan 6th chord. For example, so that's a Beethoven's Appassionata. That's just an example of a Neapolitan 6th chord. And it serves as what we call a subdominant function. So much like this F major chord is preparing the dominant. Because we know after this, we expect that. So to get back onto subject, so I could do, and it's going to be clunky, but okay, we're in C major. I could do something like that, and I've modulated 6 sharps away from C. Is it smooth? No, not really. Is it clunky? Yeah, a little bit, but I mean, it works. That's just one way you could do it. I mean, there's several other ways you can modulate, but diminished 7th chords. There's another way you can do it. Those are just really just kind of cheap ways of modulating, in my opinion. If you have to really modulate, of course, there's the pop song Disney modulation, where you're just constantly you're in one key for the entire duration of the piece, and then you just throw it up a whole step, which is in certain contexts this works, but in others in most contexts, I think it's just such a cheap effect. Musicians not knowing how to modulate properly, because I mean it's an art. Modulating, it's like a crossword puzzle. Trying to get from this key to this key. I mean, that's the joy of music, is trying to what's the composer going to do? It's imagination. But if you just go, okay, guys, we're in a new key, then it's kind of like jumping ahead and looking up all the answers. But anyway, I need to get going. Thank you all very much for tuning in, and I will see everybody on Friday. Take care.
KSVY.